Alright, now, I'm not gonna lie. Today's review may really offend and upset some people due to this anime's two main characters. So, if you are either Christian or Buddhist and you take high offense to your head figures being used in any comical sense whatsoever, I'm giving you the chance to opt out of this video at all right now. This is it. Are they gone? Are we good? Is everybody good? Okay then. Hello everybody, my name is AnimeSelect and welcome to another AnimeSelect anime review. A special holiday anime review. Well, it's that time of the year again. Christmas trees, Christmas lights, Christmas shakes, Christmas burgers, Christmas. It gets a bit tiring after a while, doesn't it? Not to mention the fact that my birthday is also on Christmas Eve, so I just have no fun at all. I basically have my birthday, which is something that you look forward to in the rest of the year, happen along with the other major holiday that you look forward to in the rest of the year right afterwards. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. No fun at all. And I guess it doesn't take a genius to see that I myself am not really feeling the holiday spirit this year. After having a lot of issues in school and a lot of stuff going on while planning for my birthday and Christmas, I've just been feeling very ugh. And it's no fun for anybody. So I thought that since I was so stressed, I would go and try and find a nice seasonal holiday anime. But what I found was a little bit different. Never mind the fact that this anime does feature, well, pretty much the main reason why a lot of people celebrate Christmas, but I picked it mostly because it creates that warm, happy, tingly feeling inside that Christmas normally brings around this time of the year. And boy, did I really need it. I would like to welcome you to the world of Saint Young Men.
Saint お兄さん
Saint Young Men started as a slice of life manga that involved Jesus Christ and Gautama Buddha, who are living as roommates in an apartment in Tokyo, Japan. The series is written and illustrated by Hikaru Nakamura. The series had been out since 2006, and it wasn't until 2014 when it released with a 10-volume set in May. But our good friends down at A1 Pictures back in 2013 made it into a 2-episode OVA series and a movie. Today we'll be looking at what I'm pretty sure is the first episode in the OVA series. Now, the series and the movie as a whole has received really great critical and public reception, which is surprising considering its two main characters. I mean, I remember seeing screenshots of this show back a couple of months ago, being very confused, but damn it all if I just didn't want to see what was going on here. I mean, Jesus and Buddha are roommates. How high do you have to be to come up with something like this? I mean, if Jesus did come back, would he just be roommates with any old celestial figures? Hell, to him, Buddha and Kali and whoever else is willing to pay for gas money, get in a car and hop down to Earth and, I don't know, stay in a motel for maybe a couple of 100 years? Who knows? But you gotta give him this. The premise is very interesting. I mean, just that sentence alone opens this wide door of lots and lots of possibilities. And depending on who you get to helm this project, it can either go really right or really horrifically, terribly wrong. Thankfully, we got the one that did it right. Now, I was raised Christian, but I myself am an agnostic. And even back when I was a practicing Christian, this kind of stuff just didn't really bother me as much as it probably would someone else. So I really didn't have a problem with this premise or this show at all, mostly based on religious beliefs. Okay then, let's just see how strong of a bromance Jesus and Buddha can have. Which I have to admit is a sentence I never thought I would be saying in my lifetime. This is Saint Young Men. The show is set up in the panty and stocking format, being that one 30-minute episode contains two separate stories. The basic plot is pretty much what I mentioned before. Jesus and Buddha are on vacation in Japan and are rooming together in an apartment while there, run by the landlady, Miss Matsuda. It's a very light-hearted little romp with actually very funny moments. The stories, while short, give you a solid intro, conflict, and conclusion. For example, part 2 is pretty much the obligatory rainy day episode that they normally have in slice of life animes, where we see Jesus and Buddha hanging out together at home. I always kind of like these episodes. They're really good character studies when done well. I mean, you have two characters who maybe you haven't seen interact a lot together during the course of a show, and you put them in a small, enclosed, intimate space and see how they deal with each other. Because as we know, being friends with someone is great, but living with a friend can be an entirely different experience that might just make your current friend your ex-friend in a couple of days. During this episode, we find out that Jesus can only turn other objects into rye bread and runs a highly popular TV drama review blog that apparently he's been running since he's been in heaven. Wow, they must have really, really good Wi-Fi up there. I mean, you would assume with all the clouds they get interference, but maybe his halo picks up a signal. Buddha, on the other hand, cleans stuff when he's bored and likes to silkscreen as a hobby, and can be a bit cheap. You know, for characters that we're supposed to know so well, I find myself learning a lot about them through the course of these couple of episodes. Like if Jesus gets overly happy, it seems he'll squee, and then this will happen. Both Buddha and Jesus, while being kind and generous and wise as they are also both very different. Both characters work really well together, and when put in a situation with just regular everyday humans, it can create some very funny, entertaining scenes. What I really love the most though is that this creator could have easily made Jesus and Buddha those high-standing, perfectly flawless figures, at least from my standpoint of being a Christian and knowing what they taught me about Jesus. I pretty much had this image of him being completely flawless. He was a miraculous human being with no flaws whatsoever, and he was unjustly persecuted. And that's a version of Jesus that he could have went for. But instead, he made Jesus a guy, which is what Jesus was. He was a guy. But this creator made him a guy. He made him a young adult. He's sitting there blogging about TV dramas that he watches on a daily basis pretty much. And he likes to eat. Other than me ranting about Jesus being a guy, like a guy in the sense of a friend, I think the big point to take home from this thing is that basically he made Jesus and Buddha relatable. And normally highly regarded religious figures are not meant to be relatable. And to be quite honest for a moment, you could easily implant any old regular Joe Schmo into the places of Jesus and Buddha in this show, because they pretty much just do random acts of kindness, which is what they were doing when they were living. I mean, look at it. I mean, at least that's how I act in the real world. Not to say that I'm Jesus or Buddha or anything, but just that, you know, if someone needs help, I'll probably, you know, tell them, hey, I'm here to help. Did you lose something? Well, let me look around real quick and see if I can find it. If I'm going through a store and I see something that I think a friend will like, and if I have extra cash to spare, then yeah, I'll get it for them and, you know, give it to them the next time I see them. Because it's just all about the little things that you do. And isn't that just a great message for the holiday season? The animation is very nice. It makes characters look and move very fluidly and realistically, but when something silly happens, it doesn't take away from the realism. It also stays pretty true to the manga design, which I'm starting to notice with some animes coming out as of late. I think the person who did the character designs may have done the designs and animation for Princess Jellyfish. They do look a bit similar. I also like the designs at the beginning by making Buddha and Jesus' intro match styles of works of art that depicts them. I also really love the design of the spirit world. It seems so quiet and peaceful. And P.S., whoever designed Jesus' shirt, you get 500 points. It's really, really cute, man. Good work. The soundtrack was okay. I mean, nothing really stood out too much, but then again, I can't really comment. I only saw one episode of the OVA, and not even the second episode of the movie. So I don't really feel like I can comment on the soundtrack. But I can just tell you that it has a very nice, calm, mellow vibe. And sometimes there's no soundtrack at all, just letting the characters of Jesus and Buddha, especially during the rainy day episode, use that atmosphere itself to create its own mood rather than adding music to probably botch it up somewhere. Oh my god, you guys, like when I started this show, I didn't know what to expect. Other than that, it might be good, but then again, some things people like I don't like, and some things I like people don't like. But in all seriousness, I really want more of this. Not just the second OVA and not just the movie. I want a whole series of this. Whether it be 10 episodes or 13 episodes or hell, 25. This series has started a hunger within me for something that I did not even know I wanted. I don't know how I'm going to get on with the rest of my life. I mean, the story setup is interesting, the animation is done nicely, the characters are relatable, which is really shocking seeing who we're working with, and the show just gives you such a very warm and comforting, lighthearted feeling after watching it. In fact, I just might go out and seek scans of the manga to try and tide myself over and try and fill in the void that has been left by this show. And so it is with a great heart that I give Saint Young Men OVA Episode 1 a 9 out of 10. I really wanted to give this show a 10, but out of good conscience, I can't. I've only seen one episode and I haven't got the other one, and I haven't even seen the movie at all whatsoever. So I feel like I can't really make that judgment just based off of one episode. But I can tell you that this episode is so good, it'll leave you wanting more. But that's where the sad part comes in. Sadly, this thing will probably never ever be licensed over in America, Canada, or Europe due to its subject nature. So for all of us around in those areas, we pretty much got screwed. So if you can find it at all whatsoever, then good luck to you and try and help the rest of us out. But yeah, this might actually be my new happy go-to anime for when I'm feeling stressed. I haven't really had that nice of a chuckle or just a really good lighthearted feeling in a while. And after watching it, I think that this series may have just put me right back on track to where I need to be for this holiday season. So, from my family to yours, I wish you all a very happy Christmas, a very Merry Hanukkah, and a very scrumdiddlyumptious New Year. This is AnimeSelect signing off, and thank you all for sticking with me in my first review year, 2014. I know there haven't been a lot of videos, and I thank you all for sticking with me through this new journey that I'm going on. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all stay with me in 2015. I have lots of ideas planned, I have a lot of shows that I want to watch, and hopefully with the spring semester coming up and also the summer, I can have a lot of time devoted to this show. So thank you guys for staying with me in my first year of YouTube videos, and please look forward to more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.